I want to talk about, since I am commentary on mental health and all this other shit, corruption, being a medium, psychic, and dealing with this spiritual war. This is for family court purposes only. And yeah, beyond family court. My involvement in Westminster is because of my children. I was around Westminster. I grew up around Westminster and Garden Grove. I grew up in Orange County. I saw a lot of shit happening. So I'm putting all the puzzle pieces together, all the synchronizing shit going on. But I'm making these videos because these are my notes, and this is for what I want to tell the Westminster Police Department. Because I know they're involved in this shit, on what happened to me. I mean, come on now. This is a lead back to the military. When I was trying to help out and I wanted to try to run for something, I wanted to run because I saw the school district, how shitty that was. The Westminster School District, they would always fight. They would make meetings with the city meetings, so it'd be impossible to go to both of them. You would have to go to either or, and sacrifice one. You don't see what's going on in the school district, in the schools, and the funding where that's going, or you don't go see what's going on in the community, which was important. Both is important. So why would they make the city meetings and these school board meetings at the same time, same day? Like, it's impossible, really impossible. So then one time I got Lauren Tapia to go to the school board meeting, and I'll go to the city meeting because I'm already involved in the school district, but I know I want to hear what was going on. Half-ass answers, more questions than anything. It was like send him to the grocery store and you send him with the list and he doesn't come back with anything on the list, really. Or he comes back with most of the stuff and it'd be hours later. So when I was trying to help out with the city, I was being harassed by Margie Lee Rice's daughter, Anita Rice, and their friend, Nikki. What's her name? I want to say Nikki, but I don't think it's Nikki. It's something else. Ricky, her H. I think that's what. She was nasty. That lady was nasty. So it's like every time I try to do something, help the community, I get backlash. I get some kind of pushback. And I'm like, why? I would have gone to some of the city meetings and I find out that Anita Rice and Margie Rice are like they're having a game going on. And Anita Rice would be screaming at these meetings, screaming at residents, wanting their way. And then they would play with, was it Treetop? Somebody did. Somebody. They'd go back and forth, bickering at each other. And they never liked each other. Hated each other. Andrew Doe. They all hated each other. It was a race war. And domino effect right there, trickling down. So I got important notes from the chat GPT. Okay. Does political power change people, or does it attract people who already have certain characteristics? And do different roads to political power eventually produce similar behaviors? So these are my notes, because I do see a pattern. I do see some kind of synchronicity going on. It's like to me, I call it the Disneyland effect, where Walt Disney has all their movies have a theme to it. A parent is missing, there's an absent parent, and it's usually the mother. Or both. To me, that's what I get. But in other ways, I also see this Hercules thing going on in people, in individual people's lives. I see that hero's journey in everyone. And I'm like, this is so freaky. So, you do shit when you're under psychosis, when you're under so much trauma, so much stress. For instance, let's take a soldier. A soldier just came back from Iraq or war. And he has a family. He comes back over here, builds a family, tries to build a family. He has stress, but he wants to keep his composure. There's warning signs. He has a family, builds a family, but he's called back to go back. Then he comes back. Then he's detached from his family because he doesn't know them. And he doesn't really he doesn't know what to think. He's conflicted. He wants it, but then he's stuck with the process of what he's dealt with. Something snaps. Could be anything that makes him snap. Could be his wife talking to somebody. It could be his child, daddy. It could be a gunshot, a loud noise, something, a horn, an explosion, lawnmowers, leaf blowers, backfire on a car, snaps, and then he takes it out on sleeping medication, sleep deprivation. It could cause you to black out on and totally fuck up your family. Hercules, who made them that way? Someone didn't give them that proper love. And think about Hera. Hera is a bitch. Think about it, but think of why Hera's a bitch. Great peacock. I think it's a peacock. So there's politicians here in the city of Orange County, especially like in Santa Ana, who have mommy and daddy issues, and it's domino affecting on our mental health issues because they don't want to admit they have something wrong with them. So they're going to twist it to their favor so they don't do time. It doesn't work that way. I miss my kids. I want my kids. There's an incident that happened in Westminster the other day. I think it was yesterday. That the LAPD came to arrest a person who was in the Westminster area, and it got out of hand. LAPD did not handle the situation properly, and they failed to in the situation, and Westminster PD took over. And Westminster PD is well known to be using these military equipment. That's where the next thing came up too, because that's funny. They were just having a city meeting on the 19th about it, about their use, technical use, as military weapons being used in residential and like domestic violent cases or standoffs, hostages situations, especially this type of incident that just occurred. So to me, it's like, wow, what a coincidence. Was that set up? Was it? Oh no, it's right there in your face. This is what we have to deal with. This is a huge mental that we're wasting more lives on police when this could be prevented. We're wasting more resources on aftercare instead of prevention. That's where it needs to go. So what the fuck is going on? I'm tired. I miss my kids so much. And there was an officer, I want to believe in Downey. I think he was 23 years old. He just started, an officer, and I don't know the full details. I just saw a little post, and he died. Brand new. Like, just started. Like, that's sad. Set up. Sacrifice. That's a sacrifice. The military sonar use is getting out of hand, I believe. And if the police are involved with that noise, because there's a certain frequency that only people can, like certain areas, because they started off with music. I started noticing it a little bit, but then I really noticed it with the music, because in Riverside, I was living at Riverside at the time, and I heard music being played at a gas station, and it was to get rid of the homeless people, the homeless area crowded, so they would blast up these musical, like Beethoven, Mozart, Bach, classical music, and oh wait, I said something. I don't know the classical names. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Or the symphonies names, the orchestra names. like that's really that's that's something there. Because I got cut offs. Music. They would blast music and they're using these sonar things to hurt. Like, I don't know what, they're doing an experiment. But earlier this morning, I'm going to the doctor. I'm on the 22 freeway, and I get it's always on that spot. I get something. Dolphins. I got a dolphin, which was weird because I'm like, I was not expecting a dolphin. So I'm like, that's kind of interesting. So every time I pass this part of the 22 freeway, it's around, it's right behind Bolsa Chica High School and the Atlantis Park, and in back of the Toyota building. So it's like a big range of Magnolia, Borkhurst, and Euclid. It's like that area for some reason. So whatever pops up in my head, usually I have to look up what it is. And today, I'm like, since I had a doctor's appointment, I'm like, what's going to pop up? I wonder what's going to pop up. And this was interesting because dolphins came up. So then I chat GPT the dolphin in military use. It's interesting, very interesting. So I must be communicating or getting something from a dolphin. Like, I don't know. I'm getting something. Like, they have a lot. They want to be heard. They're not being heard. And I got the same feeling as horses and crows. That's crazy. I don't understand. How can humans destroy their world, you know? I do see that. We are like caretakers, we're like ranchers, farmers, rangers, janitors. I see that we are that. Why can't we be that? We're polluting Earth, a living planet, a live living planet, and throwing money at her and telling her to shake, give us more land, so we can have our way with her, or have our way with it as we please. So it's like, I see this and I'm like, man, my grandkids, I didn't have a grandmother. Like, as I got older, I think she died. I gotta do the math here. Gotta go all over again. She died when I was elementary school. And no, it was middle school. Back to back. I got my aunt died and then my grandma died. And I didn't really know her, so I couldn't really like cry over her. But I saw my mom like bullshit reaction. My mom really, I don't know. My mom didn't have a good relationship with her mom, I can tell you that. But in her head, she had something better than what her sister had. which that was true. I'm pretty sure that's true. But my grandmother, she was like, yeah, I don't think she liked. She was just a jealous type. Hatred, mean. Didn't know how to crawl out of her depression. And I'm pretty sure it was part of depression. And the fact that she lost a child, too. So I do believe me losing a child and me going to the gym really helped my mental state of not just taking myself out. How could I when I looked at my baby's faces after I lost my son? I really wanted a baby. I really wanted him. And that was an experience that I was experiencing, like, wow, it was really difficult. It could have been worse. Could have been so much worse because my grandmother had a stillborn. So damn. But I believe making sure you boys were alive, making sure his memory was alive, making sure you boys knew that you had a brother. Yeah. Wow. That's so difficult. And I was going to the gym, got my kids into the kiddie club for the gym. And it made me think, okay, what I gotta do next, I gotta plan out, gotta get my day going. And then all of a sudden, the day by day became a routine. The routine became a calendar thing, and then the calendar thing became a yearly thing. And then health-wise, it was becoming better. But I was hiding a lot of shit, a lot of things going on. So anyways, so at this time I wasn't PTA president when I had a miscarriage. I was volunteering at my school almost every day and extra. So because as I was stay-at-home mom for the parents who couldn't help out for preschool to school participation because it is recommended, and it's one of the if you're gonna cut my throat, I'm gonna end the live. I'm not gonna talk. Well, I'll make sure it was. I'm talking too fast, and drink water in between talking because I need to drink and slow down. And my voice won't close up. So instead of me talking and getting involved up, I'm my own throat. It wasn't them. Because if it was them, I'd be still coughing. And whatever it was is just letting the other people know and myself that there is something there. It has to be worked on. It has to be dealt with. Um, Back to the children. Um, there is something there that needs to be investigated. Um, Even though I have not seen you boys, my own offsprings, my own children in 5 years due to family court. And the fact that I have to prove that I don't have a mental illness, that I have trauma, and the mental illness is caused by the trauma. But I don't have this label that they're labeling me. Like, for instance, diabetes. I'm gonna put diabetes out there. Diabetes, it could be prevented, yeah, some can't. But for instance, this ain't diabetes. So, and they're gonna say I have diabetes when I don't. Like, what's that stupid infomercial? That commercial, you have a quarter in your pocket. In fact, you have a quarter in your pocket. Something like that. And most of these people that are diagnosed with schizophrenia or bipolar, they're none of that. They are medium and psychic. They're open, they're channel. And when the military is experimenting on sonic wave and energy shit, it's going to fuck us up. It's going to make us unbalanced. And how are you going to figure this out if we don't have anyone to tell us? So, damn, I miss my kids. At the right time, I'll finish that conversation. But for this documentary, for YouTube, when I am no longer here, and this goes for other YouTubers that are doing the same, that are making a documentary long after that they're no longer here, like people who are suffering terminally ill, like cancer, whatnot, they make their own things. They're still here. They do want justice because now they see where their sickness came from. That is a cold case. That needs to be brought up. That's where I want to help out people. I want to help, like, hey, look, if that person comes to your mind and is acting you crazy, whatnot, that person is telling you something. Write it down. Write down whatever it is that you're angry about, because that is part of the mood swings. And I did bring this up to the freaking, when I was in the 5150 hold. My doctor was named Chafee, something Chafee. Richard Chafe? No, something Chafee. I have to look up his first name, but it was at St. Joseph Hospital. And I told him, I was having a conversation with him, and none of the other patients were, I hate the word woke, but none of the other patients were as spiritual as I was in there. They were more either religion or going back to religious, or they didn't care. So, and I'm talking to him, and I'm telling him, and I bring up Britney Spears. I go, okay, for instance, do you believe in Britney Spears and what Britney Spears is going through? You don't think it's domestic violence? You don't think, you think what these doctors are labeling her is true? And he said something like, yeah, it's a classic case of bipolar. And I'm like, so you don't think the moon, the stars, or the universe has any effect on us? I go, our periods can make us mood swings and whatnot, and mimic those type of behaviors that you're claiming that we have, that we don't. Like I'm saying, like it's a misdiagnosis. And he's just like, he's listening, but as he's listening, he's getting mad, he's getting upset, and he's walking away. Like, all right, walks away, and then after that, I get I get, I was what do you call it? Not cooperating properly. Uh, they said I wasn't in my room where I was supposed to be, or I didn't go to him, or he can't find me, or I wasn't going to classes, or he was making up some kind of bullshit lie. And I'm like, where could I have gone? I'm in the facility. Where could I have gone? I go, and if I do go anywhere, I have to sign something, and it's only like 25 feet away, 30 feet away, 40 feet away. You can't go anywhere, and you're heavily monitored by cameras. And yet, and he's saying that and when he's talking to me, he's saying that I will walk away from him. And I'm like, when did this happen? Check something. Check the camera. Something. No one. Walk away from what? You're going to put me in a category with, you're going to go, oh no, she's high strung, or she's temper, so I'm just going to make up a lie and get her aggravated. Let me get her more aggravated so I can raise up her medication, because she's really pissed me off, because I have control. I got that ego thing going on. What really concerned me is that there was a Mexican lady in there, and she was talking to me about electric shock treatment that they're still doing on women. Two of them I talked with. One lady, I had a full-on conversation with her, and I'm like, this is so meaningful. This is like, wow, I got a lot of information. It's just the hard, like what she was going through. And I understand what she was going through too. It's domestic violence. So then this doctor comes in and tells her about this electronic shock treatment. So then the electronic shock treatment wipes out your memory. So she was getting informed that this conversation that I'm having with her, she might not remember it. And yep, she didn't remember me. And then she kind of started, but she doesn't remember. And then the other lady and that was her first time dealing with it. She was way out of it, so she didn't even could comprehend what's going on. So then in my mind, it's like, I'm just going to let her talk. I'm just not gonna overload her with whatever she's dealing with. So then the other lady, the first one was white, and the other lady was Mexican, and she had huge boobs, like really big boobs. And the doctor, and she already had multiple sessions. This doctor, when he looked at her, and she just went jumping towards him, and he got all happy. He had a smile on his face that I've never seen there. I never knew it was there. I never knew he had a smile. I never knew he could smile when I was in there. Until she came there. I'm like, there better be cameras in those electronic shock treatments. Even then, these cameras could be doctored up because these doctors do work with law enforcement, sheriff department, judges. I mean, that's how they get their funding. That's how medical gets their funding. That's how state gets their funding. I do have to stop there. I do have to stop there because that was hard for me to watch and observe and to know that there's something going on. And right now I'm in the city of Santa Ana, and I forgot what street it was. Oh, Fruit and... Oh my god. Come on. I can't even remember what street I was just on. So anyways, there's a corner right there, and I get an instant feeling of this park reminds me of another park. And in that park, I saw a grown man, and now I know it was his daughter. It was a daughter. But he took his own daughter into the restroom, and then his daughter, she was fine playing and all that stuff. She was fine playing. And you could tell she wasn't well kept. She wasn't well cleaned. She wasn't bathed. You could tell her hair was greasy. She hasn't taken a shower. You could tell when a child hasn't taken a shower. You can tell. For days, you can tell. And it shows in the hair. It shows she wasn't properly taken care of. And she came in Uber. They came in an Uber. They got dropped off. And for whatever reason, my focus kept going towards them. And the way he was acting was kind of sketchy. And then I go to the restroom. Like, I see people going in and out. And I go to the restroom and it's locked. I can't open it. I literally can't open it. And like, I swear I see people going in and out. And then the next thing you know, I'm seeing her throw up. I'm seeing this girl throw up. And I realize it's the same girl. And this guy is recording her throw up. See, this happens all the time. Now, I never seen them go in the bathroom. That's the problem. I didn't see them go in the bathroom. But she's throwing up, and he's recording it. And he's saying, and he's narrating it, and saying, she always does this every time, and then, she always throws up, And then they leave. He's not helping her. He's just recording her throw up. And then I say something, and he stops recording. Then he tries to get on the phone, supposedly. He's on, and I don't know if he's on the phone with somebody or he's pretending. But at one point he does get a ride and he gets out of there. But we all start trying to there's a couple other adults in the area and they're trying to understand what's going on. And and I think someone gives her water or something, and they end up going off, but he's just like, it didn't feel right. He leaves. Once I start recording him and taking pictures, I wanted to take a picture of the license plate, but he was starting to pull back as soon as I was recording. Like, it happened so fast because I was already on the phone with, I was doing two things at once because I was on the phone and I was recording, but I also had my husband's phone, calling 911 and getting someone to come and get somebody, because he started to act really like hostile, I guess you'd say. Um, but he was no, like, he was no position to take care of a child. So it was like in the middle of him recording is when I got on the phone with my husband's phone, called 911, but then take pictures and also to get the license plate. But I wanted to record it. I wanted to get a picture and her. And then when the sheriffs came, it took a while for the sheriffs to come, and they didn't. But they advised me that they do get calls. Unfortunately, they were getting calls like that a lot, and there's no trick, and you can't track them down with Uber. And that's when I felt real. That's my first experience of dealing with something like that. That was like 2018, I think it was. 2018. And like, I always feel like I'm overreacting. I overreact, or I'm overstepping my boundaries. But all I kept thinking of is that girl. All I kept thinking of, why was that bathroom locked? Why was that bathroom locked? Why am I thinking like these horrible things? Why my stomach hurts? My mind don't want to go there, but here I am. My mind went there. My mind acted. My mind went, I don't care. I just want to make sure the ifs, whatever it is. And I felt like he was recording it for court, for family court. So somebody's not listening to these children at all, even in a family court. Who is listening to the children in family court? The social workers, these judges. Clearly, my judge, Kimberly Carasso, personally saw my son. I understand that feeling, what my son is going through. This is exactly what I'm doing. This is exactly the reason why I'm doing this. It's for my kids. They should not shake like that. My kids should not be biting their teeth. No, my kids need me. This is abuse. And I'm hoping me taking myself away from the family court situation opens the eyes up to the judges and realize I'm not playing. I'm not going to be throwing money at this. I'm not going to be wasting my time when I could waste my time on getting healthier, stronger for my kids, and finding some kind of resource that says it, that could help me. So far I haven't. I found a lot of fakes, liars, scammers, witches, warlocks. because they came from a poor family, so now they want to help out somebody's family, but they don't have the same experience or knowledge. I'm going to tell you why. It's because of school. If you went to a university or you went to school for this, then that's the reason why. This is not like surgery. This is not like a doctor. This is actually prevent you from seeing a doctor. What I'm doing is to prevent you from getting heart disease, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure. What I'm doing is trying to focus on becoming so you don't do the whole doctor out thing, if that makes sense. Because so far there's no, the money, whatever fake money this is that we're throwing, it's not preventing anything, it's not helping anything, it's doing more damage than good. That's my rant for today. That is because I have other things to do today. But I did want to get out that Margie Lee Rice and her community of friends from the school district followed me, and they did harass me. They did mock me on social media. And I did exactly what I did when I was in my in-laws' house with all those monsters. I just shut up. I just observed. I soaked it in. I was working with karma, so karma's here. I love you, boys. I miss you, and seek justice for yourself. Seek the truth. Do you. Be happy. I want you to be happy. I want you to live out your dreams. I want you to fulfill your goals. I want you to be successful than me. I want you to explore the 7 wonders. I want you to see all the things that I was dreaming about. That's my wish. And it will be fulfilled because I know you boys will do that. Hokey pokey. That's funny. I love you boys, and I'll see you soon.